Hello, welcome to episode 3 of Forensic Tings. I'm Desiree, your host. So, for this week's podcast topic, we were told to look at anything that stood out to us in Module 5. And I think the thing that really did stand out to me a lot, because I've noticed recently in our city, there's been a lot of car crashes here in El Paso. It seems as if every day there is a new accident on I-10. And so for the assignment that really did stick out to me, it would have to be under the influence, distracted driving. Now, when we were doing this activity, I thought it was very interesting. So we had to have, it was us and our partner, and during this activity, it was sort of like a simulation of us driving in a car listening to a phone call. And so our task when doing this, we had to focus not only on the hazards in front of us that were on the road, but we also had to keep in line or keep checking what the phone call was about, keep basically to multitask and to have both our focus on not only on the road but also on call, which was honestly very hard to do. It sounds like it's super easy, but it is very hard to do. When doing it, I could not focus on the call at all. It was hard for me to have my focus on two things. And if I try to direct my focus on the call, I do not focus to the hazards in front of me on the road, which is a lot more important than your call. And that's what I noticed, that the call can wait until you are in park, Your car is in park and you are not on the road. Because on the road, what I noticed because during that assignment you had to do like a little quiz afterwards, and it asked like what were the hazards that came up, and the times that I did focus my attention on the call, I missed many hazards, which was not good. So it really did stand out to me compared to the other assignments that took place in that module. So a really popular case, or a case that really did stand out to me, there was a truck driver in Texas that was involved in a crash that killed 13 people. Now, this happened April 1st, 2017. There was a driver of a pickup truck that collided with a church minibus in rural Texas, killing 13 people. So the driver apologized after the crash and acknowledged he had been texting while driving. That is a lot to take in. Him being on his phone ended up, it costs 13 lives, and that is, I think, a huge problem we deal now, since phones are very popular, social media. People do not know the right place, the right time, when to be on their phones. When you are on the road, there is never a right time to be on your phone. It should never be a right time to be on your phone. Your phone should not be in your hand while driving, because of things like this that occur every day. And I was reading that according to the CDC, approximately 9 people are killed and more than 1,000 people are injured in distracted driving related crashes every day in the US. That is a huge number, and it feels as if it continues to go up, because the more we see this occurring, like I mentioned, here in El Paso, it seems every day there is a new crash. And that is very alarming because it seems as if our phones are more important than the lives on the road. And it's just scary to see that happening. And so a case that I decided that was more current actually took place here in El Paso. I wanted to hit a little bit closer, so that's why I'm focusing on cases here in Texas and here in our city. Now, the case that took place here in El Paso actually happened October 16, 2023. Or that's when this article was published that I could find. And first of all, the title of the article is 8-year-old among 3 killed in El Paso police car crash. I mean, it's scary when anyone dies, but I think hearing when a child is involved, I feel like as if it strikes harder. So what happened? There's a 21-year-old man who tried to flee police by speeding down El Paso roads in custody after he collided with an SUV, killing 3 people, including a child. Carlos Alejandro Martinez of Horizon City was arrested at the scene of the crash in El Paso after he fled a traffic stop Saturday morning, according to El Paso news station KVIA. He collided with the tan Mazda SUV at high speeds at South Zarzamora Road and on Loop 375 overpass on Saturday morning. The collision caused the SUV to burst into flames with 3 people still in the vehicle, including an 8-year-old girl, KVIA reported. The other 2 people that died included 2 women ages 27 and 31. Their names were not released. That is very, just reading that out loud, again, raises a lot of red flags. It is something that really gets me frustrated and gets me heated in the moment. And, it should be the same for everyone else because it can be anyone who's on the road, and your loved ones, you. And I feel like nowadays people aren't taking it as seriously as they should. And it should be talked about a lot more, especially in school and practiced. And it should be something that we know we're not supposed to do. And I see it even a lot on social media, people posting pictures, videos of them on the road. And it's scary because you don't know what's going to happen. You really do not know. And you can take someone's life, or someone will take your life because they are on their phone being distracted. And I don't know, this is just very, I think anyone should feel that way. Now, with forensics, it's very common because they help to evaluate the evidence to establish how the accident occurred and who, whatever caused it. And so, like I said, they help put the pieces together to figure out the big puzzle, the big picture, which is very important. And again, it's very interesting to see that they help to connect the dots. It's just something that I find intriguing, and I think everyone should know about, really. So forensics, I read an article, and how they explained it was basically how forensics is basically a silent witness providing valuable information which can support or challenge an argument about the incident. And just reading that, it's it clicked, and it's yeah, that's what they are. They're that silent witness looking deeper into the picture, trying to prove or disagree with whatever the case is about. So, yeah, that is today's podcast. I'm curious to see what other cases people find related to distracted driving. And I don't know, it's something that I hope the numbers go down in, because like I said, it feels as if the numbers are the average, the means, or whatever, are gonna keep going up if we do not do anything to stop it. So, thank you guys for listening to this podcast, and I hope you have a great day.